Saludos cordiales, profesora. Solicito de manera especial, se ha revisado este trabajo. Tiene multimedia, audios, grabaciones, imágenes, pero tuve muchos problemas en subirlos. Son más de 11 de la noche y no he podido transformarla en MP4, por lo cual voy a hacer un video eh, haciendo la presentación y le pido de manera especial que por favor sea revisado. Muchísimas gracias. Individual Activity Age, Portfolio. Good morning, teacher. I am Bernardo Castañeda, student for 11A2, and I present my portfolio, trunks, and estimate of all the activities that I have made throughout this period of study of the English language, and I am going to explain them in 4 sections. Part 1, Activities. Part 2, Achievements and Commitments. Part 3, My difficulties in activities. Part 4, My qualification. Slide 2. Description on activities. Part 1, Activities. Part 2, Achievements and Commitments. Part 3, My difficulties in activities. Part 4, My qualification. Unit 1, Unit 2. Part 1. Throughout this multimedia presentation, explain all and import points of the portfolio, which I was able to understand its activity and put several types of words, phrase, sentences as example of what I understood. Company by videos, audio records, images using a video presentation. Activity 1. I leader to describe people, their emotion, personality. Example: face, heart, hates, age, weights, furious, depressed, confident. Question: also, how are you? What's happening? How's it going? Answer: he is full. Answer: she is shocked. Question: how are you? Also, Bernardo is not bad at you. Activity 2. Her leader to describe types of houses as places and activities of holidays. Example: house, duplex, penthouse, water park, beach vacation, cruise, safari. Expression: my apartment is bigger than yours. In adjective, Ecuador is less. In comparative, Ecuador is less than Quito. Activity 3. Activity 4. Activity 5. Activity 6. Activity 3. I understood to use the past tense to describe memories. Is also reader import data from famous people. Example: amazing people: Coco Chanel, Albert Einstein, Salvador Dalí. Other examples: played outside holidays, celebration as Carnival, Parade, Valentine's Day, February 10 days is celebrated. Activity 4. Here I read their expression sport and their injuries. In addition, know several sport exercises and here with expression of time and frequency. Examples: we have several sports such as cycling, tennis, rafting, soccer, sit up, head up, push off. Expression. My favorite hobby is playing music and reading. I like to do martial arts. Other examples: upset, stomach, short throat, and high temperature. Question: have you ever had the flu? Answer: no, I haven't yet. Activity 5. Leader to tell about food and preparation of meals, recipes and perform activities that help us as a group, prepare and feed with details such as shopping, string and preparation of meals. Example: grill, peel, pull, pour, mix. Expressions: Bernardo buying lunch in Quito. I like orange juice. I do not like truth. Examples of prayer complete. Here is your hot dog and your soda. That is 5 pesos, please. Okay. Here your change. Also, they are more apple new. I do not buy any tomatoes. Next. How many tomatoes are there in the bowl? There are too many tomatoes in the bowl and there are very few. Activity. Slide 4. Activity complementary. Part 2. Achievements and commitments. Activity complementary. Academic portfolios. Perform my portfolio through a full review of all the 6 activities that contain the English course A2, with examples in words, phrase, sentence, as question that they calling me the attention as it necessary to write. I did edit PowerPoint with multiple slides containing videos, images, animation, and recordings. We express my achievements, attitudes, and the commitments with important observation. Final exam. Today, 28, I present my family review. I 4 weeks I am going to study much. Meeting synchronish. We present 7 days to participate in meeting of Wisbing. My night time I could not attend. I believe that I am the only one who works at night. Of the 7 meetings, 2 were suspended on the part of the teacher, and I found no meeting record for listening. Part 2. Achievements and commitments. Achievements. The import points and the level of grammar that are understood here. Adjectives, verb to have. Comparative and superlatives, proposition, simple past, regular and irregular verbs. You will learn some basic verbs and you will learn to use the infinitive with like. With of your like. You will learn to tell about Quentin Watson animals money to lead it to look of tough and enough thing. Finally, you will learn to use adjectives and relative clause to connect sentences. Commitments. 1. I am going to practice many pronunciation of verbs and conjugation. 2. Adhere many videos with translation for linking with the words and the subtitles. Slide 5. Finally. Part 3. Difficulties. Part 4. Qualification. Part 3. Difficulties. 1. Me lacking it will improve the conjugation of superlatives prepositions and using adjectives and relative clauses to connect sentences. 2. Through exercise space we're not opened. 3. My work schedule did not allow me to be present at the synchronous meetings. Part 4. Qualification. My qualification can be 4.1 because I could not be present at the synchronous meetings for lower reason as that with my qualification cannot be hate. It is not a justification, but is true and I can verify it. But also is string for realizing the activities of the platform, for understand and for listening and for pronunciation correctly. I am going to keep or practice it to string to more for remember.